listeners, and welcome to this week's episode of The Uncomfortable Truth. Today, we will be facing the number of masks that we must wear in order to be the most virtuous in public spaces.
Absolutely. And I mean, if I can just jump in, I think they're saying that we should be using two masks, but I think people need to realize that that's the minimum recommended, right? It's at least two. So why not just do three? Like back when they said we were supposed to be wearing one mask, I was always wearing two. I had that mask and then I had the other kind of cloth one over the mask over the N95, I believe it was. And so I always had two. So now they're saying two, which I was already doing. I'm thinking it's time to move up to three, maybe even four.
Indeed, you have to believe in the science, and the math engaged here is extremely simple. One mask gives you a certain level of protection. Two masks gives you double that level of protection. Three masks gives you triple that level of protection. And if you really do care about your fellow citizens in your neighborhood, your city, your town, then four masks. It's not much to ask from individuals to just wear four little layers of material over the parts of your body that mass infect society. So, go about your day. You don't have to worry about it. Each mask weighs like half a gram, and that way you're protecting yourselves, your family, your friends, your neighbors, and people you've never even met before. There's no reason to go around town with fewer than four masks.
Oh, absolutely. I am in absolute agreement with everything that's been said here. Because the truth is, let's not forget that we're trying to save human lives here. It's not like we're just doing this for fun. They're not telling you to do this because they're bored, right? It's people are dying from this. And if you think of the forecast on how much more this could happen to, it's something we just have to get done. If wearing four masks will allow us to open this country up and allow you to go back to some form of normalcy, then let's do it. I mean, we do need to save these vaccines for those who need it. So, until we all get our turn, it only makes perfect sense that we do what we can for others. Think of the other people.
Indeed. And we're not even stopping at just other humans. We respect all life. And remember, at the very beginning, there were reports that animals were able to be infected with the coronavirus as well. So by wearing these masks, you're protecting the animals because now they're using animals to go around and detect if people are infected with the virus. And of course, animals detect via their sense of smell. So they are inhaling these particles, the individual virions of coronavirus. So in order to have respect for all of nature and our best friends, which are dogs, followed by cats and birds and all other animal life that's out there, we have to prevent the need of these animals to breathe in the particles. So put on the four layers of masks. You can just buy them ready made. Each one costs like a penny, and you're protecting the environment, you're protecting your fellow humans, and you're protecting yourself because you're also preventing the inhalation of a lot of these particles when you wear multiple layers. And then this is all a multifaceted approach towards combating the coronavirus. You do this in conjunction with the anal swabs that they've been performing, which only penetrate the anus about 2 inches. So you don't have to worry about any damage done to your sphincter or your large intestine. And you go about your day. They analyze it right there on the spot. It's all done in a sanitary, private fashion, and it's much more accurate than the nasal swabs that they've been doing.
Absolutely. I mean, and you always have the homophobes that come out against these kind of things. And I've never understood it, right? It's like if you've ever had to do that test, the regular test, um, or the first test, I should say, it was terrible. I'm sorry, but I mean, it felt as someone that made it my responsibility to ensure that I was not infected, to make sure everyone around me was safe. If you've ever had to do that test, it literally feels like they're swabbing your brain because they go all the way up and go around. And it is it is an, let's just say, interesting feeling. So I would take any alternative to that. So I think absolutely we're making headway, and all these other options that become available, it is your responsibility to do it. I mean, for mask, really, what are you losing from putting on for mask? There is no law that's out there right now. There's no law saying you have to do it. It's just people helping people. And at the end of the day, if you put on those four masks, you can save your brothers and sisters. And I mean, I actually would be okay with legislation forcing you to do that. Otherwise, you're getting ticketed. If you drink and drive, you face getting ticketed because you endanger the life of others. So if this is endangering the life, why is there no fines for this? I think if that's what we have to do, let's do it.
Definitely. And I never even had an issue with the nasal swabs. I mean, they pushed those in 4, 6 inches, and I never felt a thing. It just went right in and right out, and I didn't notice any change in my cognitive abilities. And I feel it would be the same thing with the anal swab. I mean, if they felt it would be more accurate at 4 inches, 6 inches, 8 inches, I see no reason why they should stop short, regardless of what people's feelings or phobias might be. I mean, this is something that needs to be done. If they need to make the swab thicker to have a wider surface area to adsorb more of the particles within the rectum, in order to get a more accurate test, by all means, make it thicker. If those particles exist further into the rectum, by all means, make it longer. These are things that need to be done. We're talking about people's lives here, and the safety of the nature itself. You've got animals, you've got people, you've got the economy that's going to be taking a hit if people can't interact with each other without causing collateral damage. So yes, if this is what will work, if this is what the science says, then by all means, get the nasal swab, add on the anal swab, add on the four masks, add on the goggles, add on the full face shield, whatever it takes. It's for your own health, the health of others, and at the end of the day, it'll increase the amount of money you're able to earn as a result from being able to interact with others during the course of your normal business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is so perfectly said. It's, I just wish people were as reasonable as we are, because I can tell just having this conversation with you that we're not the problem. We're willing to do whatever it takes for everyone else. We are willing to commit. And as someone that has worn multiple masks, what is it really costing you? Like, what does it really cost to do that? Really, it's nothing. I mean, maybe you're saying you can't afford the mask, right? Some people will say that, but that's also the next thing. You, if you buy four cloth masks and wash them and wear them, I think that would be perfectly acceptable. Or maybe if it's just cloth, maybe you need to jump up to five. So,
Exactly. And don't believe the propaganda that people on the far right come out with to claim that wearing the masks is what's endangering you. They come out with theories that it causes brown lung. What is brown lung? We had a black lung in the day of coal miners and extreme situations like that. But brown lung is extremely rare, and it's not the result of proper mask usage. You need multiple masks, you need fresh masks, and you need to wear the masks often. And you don't have to worry about any COVID, brown lung, or anything else. You are protected. The protection is confirmed via the anal swab tests, and you can go about your daily business, interact with your friends and family, customers as normal, and we can bring back this country to a level of commerce and human interaction that allows everyone to maintain their lifestyle.
Oh, absolutely. Very well said. I mean, I had almost forgotten about the brown lung thing. And when you look at it, there is so much more misinformation that will get put out there. Like, honestly, the misinformation is crazy right now. But if the WHO or the CDC says that it will be fine, trust your experts. If your experts are telling you that it's okay to wear two masks or three masks, go with it. Go with it. Why would they steer you wrong? Just like you, they're just trying to survive, just like we all are. So just give them a chance. What do you have to lose?
Absolutely nothing. If you don't follow these instructions, you lose your health, your friends, your family, your income. But if you wear the masks, if you take the tests, if you follow social distancing, and you follow everything that the government and the CDC and the World Health Organization is telling you, then everything will be fine. You're living this new normal, which is perfectly acceptable and livable, and you can do everything else you wanted. You know, you can stay home, you can watch Netflix, you can stay home, you can watch Hulu, you can stay home, you can watch CBS All Access, you can stay home, you can watch Amazon Prime. So you have plenty of options. You're not suffering in any way. You still have tons of entertainment, and there's no shortage of anything else. You get whatever food you want. You can stay home and you can order Uber Eats. You can stay home and you can order DoorDash. You can stay home and you can order delivery dudes. Everything is fine. There's no need to go out and endanger people, especially if you're not going to wear all four masks and take your tests and stay 6 or more feet away from others. So, you know, simple things you can do, and you can still live a full life at home with any show that you want to watch and any food that you want to eat, and everything is fine.
Absolutely. Perfect. I mean, I think we're really good on this point. This was a great conversation. I really enjoy these conversations, you know. It's because you'll hear people being unreasonable, and the internet seems to be going in overdrive, in chaos. But whenever you actually sit and talk it through with someone that has the best interest for everyone in mind, it is always such an easy solution. It's like there is a lot of distrust going on, but we should absolutely trust our experts. We have to break this cycle of distrust, of hatred, of misinformation that we've had. And I mean, especially in a situation like this where it is vital that we do whatever it takes to protect each other. And that's what this is. This is us doing what's required to protect our fellow citizens.
Absolutely. And you have nothing to be concerned about nor to question, because remember, we're now in a time period where Democrats now control every section of the government. We have the House, the Senate, the presidency, and academics are overwhelmingly liberal, and they're the ones coming out with the science and the vaccines. And we even have one of the vaccines was noted as being created by one of their female black scientists. So there's nothing to question or nor fear. We're we're okay at this moment in time. We just need to keep with following the science and the mandates, and will end up perfectly fine. Remember, you should always listen to government and authority. They're in those positions for a reason.
Absolutely. Perfect. Beautifully said. I had not even known about the scientist that was working on the vaccine. So we're even learning more by this. This is beautiful information, and it's it's always good to know that we're pretty much over the hump already. If you're watching the news or you're watching what's happening in the States, you're seeing that the quarantine, the stay at home orders, those are now being lifted. So you already know from the fact that they're lifting them that things are getting better. So now they've lifted them, and now they want everyone to wear the 2 or 3 masks and get out there, or four. So this is going to be a thing of the past in no time. And then we can put our full energy into driving forward with the sweeping change that we need to continue to make this country amazing.
Exactly. And unfortunately, you still have places like Florida and South Dakota that never instituted any policies. So there's nothing for them to lift at the moment. And instead, their numbers of infections and deaths are rising. So, specifically, those locations, places like South Dakota and Florida, we're bringing this message to you for your own sake. Follow the science, believe in the science, and enact these measures and protect your citizens. And remember, it's only by confronting the uncomfortable truths that we can all ascend together.